Welcome to We Learn Virtual Learning Network. This is session number 8, Rights and Citizenship. Topics which we are going to cover in this session are: what is citizenship, citizenship and rights in the Indian Constitution, tensions in citizenship, pathways to citizenship. Coming towards the very first topic, that is, what is citizenship? The philosophical roots of this definition can be traced to the Greek and Roman conceptions of man as a political being and citizenship as the capacity to govern and to be governed. The Janpadas of ancient Indian were, with their unique system of participatory decision making in popular assemblies of the people, which in some instances also elect the king, draw affinity with elements of Greek citizenship in that both are associated with autonomous, self-governing communities requiring active participation of citizens in the governance of the community. Citizenship and individualism. The Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen that established in the notation of the citizen as a free and autonomous individual, entitled to take part in making decisions that all are required to obey, combining thereby the classical notations of citizenship with individualism. The ideas of citizenship as a primary civic activity, public spiritedness, and active political participation in a community of equals were now being seen as belonging to the past. Citizenship and multiculturalism. The dominant liberal model of citizenship has, however, been criticized precisely on those grounds. The idea that the citizen can enjoy rights independent of the community to which he or she belongs has been questioned. There is a growing effort to redefine citizenship by giving due importance to cultural difference among individuals and strike a balance between the numerous cultural, religious, ethnic, linguistic identities which constructing a common political. Next topic is citizenship and rights in the Indian Constitution. The enforcement of the Constitution on 26 January 1950 made an important difference to the status of the people of India. They were no longer British subject but citizens of the Republic of India and derived their status as such from the Constitution, which they, in their collective capacity as the people of India, enacted, adopted and gave to themselves. Who are the citizens of India? Part 11 of Constitution, that is Article 5 to 11, titled Citizenship, answer the question, who is the citizen of India? At the time of Constitution commitment of the At the time of commencement of the Constitution on 26 November 1949, that is the date on which the Constitution was adopted by the Constituent Assembly, while the Constitution came into full force only on 26 January 1950, provisions dealing with citizenship became operative on the date of its commencement. The distinction between the Indian citizen and the non-citizen thus became effective on this date. While the citizen enjoys certain rights and performs duties which distinguish them from a non-citizen, the latter has certain rights of personhood which he or she possesses irrespective of the fact that he or she is not a citizen. Under Article 5 to 8 of the Constitution, the following categories of the person became the citizen of India at the date of commencement of Constitution. They are those domiciled and born in India, those domiciled not born in India but either of whose parents was born in India, those domiciled not born in India but ordinarily resident in India for more than 5 years, those resident in India who migrated to Pakistan after 1st March 1947 and returned later on resettlement permits, those resident in Pakistan who migrated to India before 19th July 1948 or those who come afterward but stayed on for more than 6 months and got registered. Next is the recognition of community in India's citizenship. The defining parameters of this relationship was constituted by equality and freedom. Equality hinted at and identify and sameness as against inequitous system based on the ascriptive hierarchies of race and caste. Freedom read from equality would then imply a freedom to pursue individual aims and aspirations to the best of one's capacities in conditions where social differences have been negated or minimized. If one read carefully Part 3 of Constitution of India enumerating the fundamental rights of the citizens of India, one noticed that both the individual and the community have been made the subject of these rights. By the large article 14 to 24 appears to give to individual citizens the various rights of equality and freedom, while Article 25 to 30 seems to cater to the specific needs of religious cultural communities. Article 16, which guarantees equality of opportunity for all citizens in matter of public employment, also provides for compensation discrimination in favor of certain communities. Article 25 to 30 concern themselves with freedom of religion and minority rights, assuring freedom of consequences. The freedom to religious communities to establish and maintain religious institutions and to manage their own affairs in matter of religion. To acquire and administer properly, impart religious education, preserve their language, script, culture, etc. Next is the descriptive principle of state policy. Part 4 of the Constitution, titled Directive Principle of State Policy, concerns certain non-judiciable rights. These rights, unlike the one of the preceding section, are not enforceable by the courts, but are in the nature of reminders or directives for the lawmaking. Article 46 instructs the states to promote with special care the educational and economic interest of the weaker section of the people. Next are the rights and franchise. provision pertaining to elections and franchise are especially important in the context of long history. Constitution of deprivation of political rights under colonial rule. Article 326 of the Constitution conferred voting rights to all citizens above the age of 21. Next are the duties of citizenship. The constitutional provision of citizenship and rights discussed so far might lead one to believe that citizenship is only about a legal status, defining who are the citizens of India and what are their rights or the conditions in which these rights might be enjoyed. A growing body of scholarship believes, however, that such a legal formal conceptualization of citizenship as status is at best a passive notion answering the question, who is the citizen, only partially. A general stand is, however, towards imbibing a sense of national communalist. It is a duty of every citizen of India to respect symbols of national unity like the national flag, the constitution and the national anthem, and sources of common heritage like the national struggle for freedom and the tradition of composite culture. Citizens are also expected to preserve the sovereignty and unity of the country, not only by pledging to defend the country and other national services, but also by spreading a feeling of common brotherhood. Next are the tensions in citizenship. Criticism coming from various quarters point out, however, that the nature of citizenship in the Indian Constitution and the manner in which it has unfolded over the years have shown that the value of freedom and equality have been largely elusive. The Constitution itself permits and provides the procedure for their amendments and overriding of the state. Fundamental rights indicates the class and gender basis of the constitution makers. Citizenship and gender. A major task relating to the citizenship right of women lies in the fact that the crucial provision relating to the removal of discrimination against women, condition in which substantive citizenship right can be enjoyed by women, were listed only as directive principles. The provision of Article 44 of the Directive Principle advising that the state to ensure for the citizens of uniform civil code throughout the territory of India has been particularly in focus in recent years. Pathways to citizenship. Towards the beginning, we define citizenship as the full and equal membership in the community, understood in the modern context as the nation state. The state itself may fail in its promise of providing the resources for the realization of citizenship. The National Human Rights Commission is another institution established by the Act of Parliament, the National Human Rights Act 1993, to inquire into nations of people's rights. Institutions like the National Commission for Women and the National Human Rights Commission were effectively used or pressurized by the people, could contribute towards the sustaining citizenship. That's all for the session. Now The question based on this session are: explain the directive principle of the state policy, explain the constitutional right given to the citizens, especially underprivileged, are not properly guaranteed. That's all for this session. Thank you. Happy learning, we learning.